one of the things you learn when you start trading, it's you won't win 100% of the trade. That's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
So what you will earn at the end, it's the money you saved by putting a stop loss. A stop loss is basically a limit. For example, a price is at 10 and you think the price is going to go up, and you can put a limit like, if the price goes to 9.5, then I will sell. So you can limit your losses that way. So it's really important to use those tools, know how to use them properly, and that's it. But people need to understand some very general concepts first about this and to train before. For example, you have some platforms that can allow you to trade with virtual money. They give you like $10,000 and they say, go train and test things, try techniques, try some patterns, apply them for real and see if it works. Because I would not tell people to just start right away if they've seen like 10 YouTube videos, because you will lose money. Let's face it, you will lose money. So it needs training first. But it's like everything. The more you train, the more you start seeing the patterns. If you know the patterns, then you know like how it's likely to unfold, and you can basically have a plan for the trade. You can say, okay, if this scenario happens, I'm going to do this. If this scenario happens, I'm going to do that, and blah, blah, blah. So it's always about adaptation and just being very cold and rational when you want to analyze things. Because many times I see people like they have, for example, they love a crypto and they always want to buy more, but they don't see like on the chart, there's something that shows that the price is likely to go down. And they're in just blind faith. It's like, yes, the price is going to go up, so I'm just going to buy more and more and more. And that's how you end up losing money, because you're...
Yeah, it's like, it seems like crypto, there's such a large emotional tie between the coins and the people. With Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, people build careers and people make content based off of tying their reputation to a coin or tying their emotions to a coin. And if you are emotionally invested in something like a digital asset, it's almost like a relationship where you're emotionally invested in a person and you overlook their red flags, and the emotional investment blinds you to the red flags, whereas your friends see it, which is why a lot of times the person who's in the relationship is the last person to see how toxic it is, because everyone else is looking at it with a more objective view. So it sounds like it's something similar, where if you let your emotions get the better of you, you're going to miss digital markers or patterns that would otherwise show that it's going to go up or down.
Mm-hmm. Well, blind faith is very dangerous. It can bring you to misery quite easily. And I've seen that scenario repeating many times. It's so like when you're trading, the point is just to see clearly, like rationally, what's going on and what are the possible scenarios. That's pretty much it. Where do I find my entry point? Where do I get out?
So would it be worth it for, let's say, I'll just use myself as an example. I have maybe 4 to 5 hours a week that I could dedicate towards something like a hobby or a craft outside of my job and podcasting, and learning French is part of that. If I only had 4 to 5 hours a week, maybe 45 minutes a day, is this something that I could learn, or should I just not bother and stick to traditional investments?
Well, it depends. If the goal is to make money, you have different strategies you can have. You can decide to do this. It works. It works for me. It works for other people. So yes, you can invest 4 or 5 hours a week learning this. It's possible. It will take a few months, maybe a year to get it right and to start actually making some money, because the first couple of months you're going to lose money. It's very likely. Even after 5 or 6 months, it's still possible. But it's difficult to say. How much would you say? It's difficult to say. How much would? Okay, yeah.
Go ahead. I was going to say, how much of an investment would you advise someone to have at the start for it to be worth it? Because you obviously want room to lose money. You don't want to start with $100 and then you're gone. It's like, well, I can't learn from my mistakes now because I didn't have enough. What would be a good investment strategy with your style, or a good investment amount to start with your style of trading?
Well, firstly, don't invest money you cannot afford to lose. That's the rule number one. And secondly, don't trade with your real money at first. Trade with virtual money. And as I said before, you have platforms like this that give you virtual money to trade. And once you see that weekly or monthly you're in positive, meaning that you actually earn money and you are capable of doing that regularly, then it's a good sign. It means you have understood the patterns, you understood how to understand how the price is moving within a certain range, and you can you have a good money management strategy as well. But other than this, like that's the basics. Because sometimes people go on the trading platforms, they trade a little bit, they see, oh yeah, I can actually make money, but they don't do that for a long period of time, and then they invest the real money and they end up losing the money. Because trading, it's like a shark thing. It's everybody wants to take a bite of it. So you're in competition with traders all the time.